let's talk about data for a moment, specifically the new Google Analytics 4. Hello everyone, my name's Derek, and let's just get right into it. Now really quick, for those of you that don't know, Google Analytics is a free website performance, data and analytics and reporting tool. If Google Analytics is configured and integrated properly, it can pretty much tell you everything you would ever want to know about how your customers are interacting with your website. As strange as this may sound, there wasn't actually an official Google Analytics 3. It was more commonly referred to as Universal Analytics, which explains the UA that you've probably seen in the tracking code before. Google Analytics 4 is officially here, and this is what we know so far. First up, and quoting Google here, the entire platform has been reimagined and built from the ground up with machine learning insights in mind. That might sound like a lot of fancy buzzwords, but I personally think that they're trying to do something great here. Google already has an existing Insights tab, but I'll be honest with you, and it's not really that useful. It more or less just puts a few words that describe very basic metrics. Google is still rolling out features, but I can imagine that the Insights experience is probably similar to what you can expect if you are familiar with Google Ads. Automated insights will inherently trickle down into automated recommendations, and there's also talk about what they were calling predicted metrics. I'm envisioning an e-commerce scenario here where a group of people would browse a website and look at a bunch of products and read about the company, but they would all fail to add products to their shopping cart. I could see Google interpreting these users as qualified buyers and adding them to, some sort of custom audience pool or segment that you could do something with. Second, Google Analytics 4 is even more centered around the digital journey a customer will have with your business. A perfect example of this is that mobile browsing has statistically increased over the past several years, but the twist we're seeing now here at Reaction is that people will often start their initial journey or research on their phone and then often pick up where they left off on a computer later. A common thread in playing around with Google Analytics 4 is that they're trying to make diving into data easier and not require so many custom segments and pulling in secondary dimensions to cross-reference data. Lastly, number 3, Google Analytics 4 is being built for the long term. It's not really a secret that Google loves to roll products out early and then slowly release features over time. Hey, like Google Data Studio was available for around 2 years before it was officially launched. Google has said that they are very serious about making better improvements to the overall reporting capabilities of their platform. And we know from experience that there are dozens of third-party reporting tools. Like look at DataBox, for example. They create beautiful looking reports and dashboards, but I feel like these features should be natively integrated within Google Analytics, and I really hope that that's where they're heading. End user privacy is also top of mind for Google in their long-term commitment to their platform. Can you believe that people don't want to have their digital fingerprints tracked when they're browsing online? This problem is not isolated just to Google. Apple and Facebook have their own series of challenges. But in a lot of ways, Google is a really big gatekeeper to what happens on the internet, and they're in a very unique position to be setting the stage for how this should be dealt with in the future. I'm quite sure you're familiar with this site uses cookies, please accept or deny prompt message. Some people call this a consent API, and there's hints from Google about more robust integrations of this. I think it would be very realistic to have a more detailed message, so rather than just accept or deny, it actually gives the customer some options so they can choose how they want their data to be used and if they want to see ads or be remarketed to, or not use their data altogether. To wrap up Google's long-term commitment to their analytics platform, they've acknowledged that e-commerce has been a strong driver in the development of new features, and that they're actively working to be changing this. That's not to say that e-commerce isn't important, but this means this is really good news for lead generation type businesses, because the metrics that would be important to a company that sells products all over a country would be very much different than a company that sells personal services to somebody. Again, future speculation suggests that there will be industry-specific reports and perhaps some additional data views that we can tap into. So to recap for you, Google Analytics is free and the latest version is available. Everything has been reimagined from the ground up and built on machine learning. Analytics 4 is centered around the customer's journey that they have with your business. And Google's long-term commitment to their platform involves a little bit more love to different industries, keeping user and customer data more secure and better reporting. So that's what we know about Google's latest analytics rollout. And a lot of business owners are really busy running their successful company that they don't really have the time to keep up with all things digital. That's what we do here at Reaction Best, so make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button if this video brought you a little bit of value, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.